women with opportunities to grow has been the cornerstone of the Ministry of Women and Social Welfare. These opportunities have been the driving force that has assisted many communities around Fiji through various development projects. This week, on Nation's Business, we see how women in Fiji have grown to their full potential. For the first time, a number of projects have been created to empower women throughout the country. Guided by a 10-year plan that focuses on women's economic, social and political empowerment, a budgetary allocation of $750,000 has been set aside, focusing on areas such as formal sector employment and livelihood, the elimination of violence against women and children, women and equal participation into decision-making and access to services. The creation of 14 resource centers around various divisions of the country has empowered women to earn a living through the sale of their products, all part of empowering women to be agents of change in communities. Such an empowerment has led to the creation of the first ever Women's Expo, a historic event that brought together women from the 14 provinces of Fiji. They came from all over the country, representing 487 women's groups. Opened by the Prime Minister, the women took full advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to showcase their skills and products. Stakeholders from tourism, industry and trade were on hand to explore marketing potentials and opportunities for rural women. The ministry's objectives were pretty straightforward: invest in programs which produce results. Apart from income-generating programs, some new ones have been producing results, and one such program is the Campaign for Zero Tolerance Violence-Free Communities, where men and women work side by side in important decision-making roles for their respective communities. Then, there are women resource centers, of which 14 have been established. Having developed all these programs, the ministry felt that the time was right to bring these women together to showcase their handicrafts and share their ideas.
When I first took on this role, I found that the ministry was not actually reaching out to women in this country. The first International Women's Day celebration, we attracted only about 50 women. So I knew there was something wrong here. We need to develop a network of women's groups because there are so many of them out there, and also link up with them so that they know they have a government they can look up to for any assistance that they want.
In his opening remarks, the Prime Minister praised the ministry and reiterated the importance of having such an event.
This expo has been designed to put the nation's spotlight on the talents of our female artisans, farmers, and small businesswomen, particularly those from the rural areas. Groups have traveled from villages in all 4 divisions to take part. In addition to the massive public interest this event will generate, the ministry has arranged for potential investors and buyers to visit the expo, which we hope will open up new opportunities for many of the women here.
For someone who has experienced such an expo in her country, the Deputy Minister for Gender Mainstreaming, Sulikanti Agusnin of Indonesia, was quite impressed with the overwhelming turnout and believes expos such as this can only help better empower women around the country.
To us, it is a good opportunity for women to get together and to share their feelings, to share their experience, to enjoy themselves and express themselves. It's a good occasion.
Something Chief Guest and Inspirational Speaker Ms. Bambi Shan totally agrees on.
Oh, I think it's very, very important because women, we call them the nesters. They are the ones that keep the home fire going, and it is very important that they have more power so that they can lead the family. If you have a woman, a mother that is more educated, she'll see to it that her children are more educated. And if the woman has a way of making a living, the family will live better because she will not waste her money drinking and gambling. She will see to it that the family eats better or have a better home. And so this is why I think that it's very, very important that the woman has a place in society, not only just in the home, but in society, and that will make the whole world better.
Having symposiums and gatherings of such magnitude is important for women in Fiji, as it gives them a sense of recognition and builds self-confidence.
With Fiji, they have many islands where they do not really communicate with one another. And so women need to see what each other they do and to encourage each other to do it better. Because I am really into excellence. If the work is excellent, people will buy.
Women around the country will now have to step up their game plan, as it is the quality of the product that will determine future markets for these women.
It's not only good to showcase their talents, but when you make something, you want to sell it, because you change your labor for money. I mean, this is a fair exchange, and everyone is entitled to make a fair amount of profit because of time that they spend making the things. And then by having the expo, like something like this, then the women can communicate with one another and show each other what's a better way to do.
For a start, it's really good. Over here, you have a great handicraft. What the things that maybe perhaps that to make it even better in quality and looks nicer, and if you come and get together all the time, then you can exchange your expertise to others. So by doing it, more and more experience, then you improve the quality of whatever you produce here. So it becomes better opportunity also to open up to market it overseas or globally.
It was not all buying and selling at the expo. During the course of the day, small pocket workshops were held to educate women on the finer art of maintenance of sewing machines, how to construct more efficient wood stoves, and the importance of saving what little income they can generate.
Because they are not coming to just show their handicraft, their wares, but they're going to undergo training. There's going to be a lot of workshops that are going on at the same time, and it's going to be cheap for us. Instead of going out there to train them, they are here, and we're going to be providing the training for them.
From big business women to women who run small businesses, government acknowledges the fact that women around the country are contributing to the nation's economy through programs run by the ministry and the various stakeholders.
Indeed, we believe rural women are a crucial part of the Fijian economy, with the contribution they are making through small and medium enterprises. And so our efforts are targeted at offering them the skills, the guidance, and the resources they need to continue to grow these contributions.
To curb violence against women and children in the country, the ministry's priority is to ensure that they tackle the issue head-on.
We are developing the community, their ability to monitor the program and to be able to make this Violence Against Women campaign effective in communities. So we now have almost 80 communities. Either they have declared violence-free or are going through the process. So that these are some of the things that will really make our program to empower women, economically empower women, and also the upholding gender equality within in our country. These are the determinants that is required to be in place before we can be effective in addressing this issue.
From mats, tapa, brooms, chutneys, jewelry, pillows, elegant bedspreads, intricate designs and patterns, the Vodafone Arena was a kaleidoscope of colors. From the interior of the two main islands to the urban centers to the maritime zones around Fiji and all the way to the wonderful shores of Rotuma, these women had so much to share and learn from each other.
This is very enjoyable. I really like it. We learn a lot of things. We heard a lot of things, and each other will learn a lot of things. You know.
We really appreciate that they have opened an expo like this for the women, and we will like to continue for many years to come.
Very good. We like it, and we are proud to have a like this event.
It's good, very nice, helping us.
I'm so happy, and this is the first time to come here and see what's going on over here, and see our women's the handicraft. It's so awesome.
We're very happy. We're very happy that we are here because this is the first time we have an expo for women to display and also to show the talent that the women have.
In its quest to eliminate all forms of violence against women and children, the ministry embarked on a campaign of zero-tolerance, violence-free communities, with the aim of gathering community support to eliminate violence against women and children. The National Women's Expo was the appropriate place to see how this program was progressing.
We had planned to also have a summit for, firstly, the Gatekeepers Committee under our Violence-Free Community. The Gatekeepers Committee to come and participate in the summit, and also the child protection program, where we have champions out there in the society, where we will go to bring them, so that the child protection champions and the Gatekeepers Committee for Violence Against Women program, they will be having a summit. We had planned this earlier.
This year saw government launch its gender policy, a first of its kind in the Pacific, showing government's commitment to the women of Fiji.
Right across the board, we have either tightened our laws or introduced new ones to give Fijian women an unprecedented level of protection. We brought in the first domestic violence laws in Fiji's history. We have strengthened the rights of women who live in de facto relationships. We have removed the old Victorian rules for corroboration of rape. No longer does a rape victim's sexual history have any bearing on the case. Nor is bulu bulu accepted to simply let the perpetrators of crimes free. Our criminal laws are now modern and gender neutral, and we have worked hard to modernize all our laws to make sure that they reflect equality between men and women.
The summit was also a place where participants could exchange ideas and improve on their own.
And it is very important to come and learn again from the resourceful people that are taking us through 3 days on how we can have access to law, and how we can work with the police and other agencies that deal with children, because it's very sensitive.
Violence is no longer a private issue. People are now reporting the cases to police, which means that women are now more aware and confident, which shows the positive impact the program is having.
my village, I can say the population is 300 plus. Very hard because the young school leavers and the young couples, and in this age, we don't know what to do at that time. Because since we were married, we quarrel, we fight, and we don't know what to do to solve the problems in the family. When these workshops come through communities and touch villages in various districts, I'm really happy to have the opportunity to be appointed as to attend workshops like this so that I can facilitate too in my village.
For retired civil servant Vaseva Talau, events such as this is important as it gives women more exposure and the confidence, something they dearly missed in the past.
I think the most important thing is their exposure. Exposing their talents, especially you have to build up the confidence in the women. I think that's the only thing that is lacking, especially in the Fijian communities. Like women are always left out, and they have that attitude has really made the women, you know, a lot of them are so shy and just been left out. And but this expo, the first one in Fiji, I am so thankful. And I think it has brought about a lot of exposure to the women. And I, for one, as a woman, I am very proud of this and I feel very grateful.
Having been a community facilitator for the past 7 years to advocate for child protection, Pauline Fong strongly feels the need to have follow-up programs to ensure that the program has an impact.
There is a very pressing need to monitor because it's fair enough. You can come in. There's a lot of NGOs, a lot of people that come, do this awareness today, go away, and nothing happens. We don't know what happened. It's just, okay, we're paying your travel allowance, we're giving you lunch, we're going to do this 3-day workshop, and they go away. There's something that needs to be put in place where we are monitored as community facilitators, because it is very important when we talk about, we're trying to look at preventative, we're trying to go into preventative measures.
And some of the participants were grateful to the ministry for staging something long overdue.
It's been very helpful, and it will help us to go back to our community and implement whatever we learn from here.
For one participant, learning as much as she can and taking it all back and putting it into practice is her aim after the summit.
Na veka undang baka dorber to na makumbu na bosa sintundon mo tauda ang tauda iyon ko sabi sa takia.
The behavioral change takes time, so when a community joins this campaign, the ministry presents them with a certificate of commitment. Then they are assisted and empowered through awareness programs on counseling skills, anger management, domestic violence decree, and the child welfare decree. Recognizing Itauke women who hold chiefly titles in Itauke communities was one of the highlights of the Women's Expo this year. The 42 traditional women leaders that gathered at the GCC complex were given an opportunity to enhance their leadership and communication skills through specific programs organized for them.
We have a number of Maramaniavus because we were surprised to find out that there are so many Maramaniavus around, and we thought Fiji was a patriarchal society. But the women are also recognized for their inheritance. And there are women's, Maramaniavus are traditional leaders who are out there. So they have not been forthcoming and coming forward to expose them into what is happening in this country. And they are living with their clans out in the rural areas. So we are bringing them all out. So that we have their summit for the Maramaniavusa and the summit for the Gatekeepers Committee and the Child Protection Champions together with this expo, so that the participants can also expose themselves to what the expo has to offer.
Government has given its full backing to the Maramaniavusa program and feels that it's time we recognize these women and give them all the support they need.
I'm particularly encouraged by the Maramani Abusa women holding chiefly roles from across the country who have agreed to work with the ministry to strengthen their leadership skills so that they can become spurs for change and development in their communities. These women will emerge as strong advocates for all they serve, but perhaps most importantly, they will be able to speak up for women and exert influence on women's development in rural areas of the country.
The training has been an eye-opener for these women. The challenge now is to put it into practice, what they have learnt, and implement good governance and transparency, particularly in terms of development.
Ito na levas ang ulkarua sa andona ka. Nanito vital no taga chigo nanito karongata. E nakia nananumi may bagay dori andona buli. Me boto rek teki na nakilaka. Wesa kimoni token ko na
Bulu Galomaiwasa from Kandavu is happy that the Maramani Avusa can finally be recognized for what they represent.
Isa redento nangon sa longo na lima misala bitu na kaya maram. May nando nangon nambe ka kimami kilanya kimami lutundo mutu kina sinibong ka na kanando kimami. Ya kimami nakauredara wanyu kila kimami sala bitu na kaya maram may na bombo ton dambi kini ni kuwa.
Even Batiki of Savsavo is thankful to the ministry for getting the women from the 14 provinces in Fiji to attend this training. Now the onus is on them to apply in practice what they have learned.
Imami samai tumberi, imami babu livi ina. Amarama ni abusa, turangan ni amarama ni matanggali, imami belutai. Ena bitumberi na, do samai bingarabi ina. Turanga, vai leslesi na tamulala. Ito imami mai bulili, avara ramata Italia marama. Ena ni imami bulan ni bingarabi, ena wanua, imami belutai.
Being the head of the clan for 15 years, Anditaina Rauvala of Vunda is relieved that they have finally been taken seriously and is looking forward to sharing the knowledge with her fellow peers.
Pangona na beka ke mamina mai bulita ke mamina sa vanunu ini ke mamina lai vandeotaka membeleta na inaki ni tutu ke mam kadibikina na membeletir talanga ni mamilo ni banu.